Well, g'day, mate. My name's Dave,
And I'm Brett.
and this is Travelling Brothers Cigar Review. And where are we, Brett?
In Vegas.
In Vegas at the PCA for
I had to actually think
2021.
about that. I had to sit
Yeah,
here
I
and
had to
go,
think about that.
I'm like, where the F are we right now? I have no idea. All I do know is I take back every complaint I ever had about the Devil's Den.
Oh, because, yeah, it's effing hot in Vegas.
It's not just effing hot in Vegas. When you're walking the boardwalk and you can smell the wood burning, you know it's hot.
The smell of burning flip-flops walking down the road.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
That was you, smell. Well, let's get right into it because we are actually on location. We're reviewing in the lounge.
We're at the Montecristo.
I got to let them know what casino we're at.
Well, yeah, we're at the Montecristo Cigar Bar at Caesar's Palace. So, and today we thought, because we're at Montecristo Cigar Bar, we'd do a Montecristo cigar.
So shout out, Taven, as we always do, to our Altadis rep here locally. And this is...
Well, what is this, Brad? I'll hold it up. You tell us all about it because I know nothing about this cigar. I've never had one. It's going to be a completely blind review for me.
A Grupo de Maestros, and it's the Espada.
The Espada. And it's a Nicaraguan Puro.
Yep.
Just look at me so that the camera doesn't focus on our eyes for a second. Look longingly into my eyes, Bradley, while it focuses on that.
Can I not do it? Do I have another option? Can I do something else?
If that didn't work, we've got some photos for you before we destroy these cigars. But it's a Nicaraguan Puro.
Did you show them the label, how beautiful that cigar looks?
I did, and I'm going to put some photos up.
It just jumps out at you when it sits on the retail shelf, right?
It does, and in fact, that was one of the things he said. We're going through the beautiful humidor that they've got here at Montecristo Bar, and working out what are we going to review. And I said, well, let's review that one. And he says, why? You remember what I said?
That's pretty.
It's pretty. I like the label.
So now you had some insight to how we choose cigars at this point.
So and what are we going to pair it with today, Brett?
So because it is hotter than the Devil's Den, I figured we'd pair this with a nice cold beer.
A nice cold beer, and we went with a stout. Now we've already poured this, so the head has faded a bit.
I can't tell you much about this beer at all, but I can tell you it's an imported beer from England, and it's a stout, so it's the darkest one they have.
Look, it's not completely blind. We did a little review on the cigar, a little bit of research on the cigar, and from what the manufacturers said about their cigar, we decided to go with a stout beer. We were hoping to get a Guinness, but they don't have any here.
No, Guinness would have been great.
So Guinness, I think, would have been really good. Sal wants you to move into the shot a little bit more, mate. So
I have a barrier to do that. It's called Dave.
It's Dave. It's
a Dave barrier.
Now, if you look at this label, I'm just looking at it. They've actually done a double label on this, so that one is so you can take. Oh, it's not coming off very easy, but it's got a dotted line through it, like a serrated ticket. So it comes off in two. Now, I meant to take the bottom one off first so that I can keep the top one on, but the first one wasn't coming off very easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the tutorial to opening a cigar by Dave.
Horribly done.
Yes.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. So far impressed.
All right, everyone, we're back here at the Montecristo Lounge, and we just lit the Grupo de Maestros Espada. And what did we both say right when we lit this up?
Oh my God.
This is an incredible cigar by Montecristo, and honestly, I think would be one of my favorite in their premium end of their cigars. It's one of my favorite.
Well, as I said to you before, I've never had this before. Never had it. Haven't even seen it at our local lounge. Does our local lounge have these?
They do, and I buy them every time I come in.
Really?
Yeah.
I never see them.
That's why.
So again, you're buying these great cigars and not sharing them with me, right?
I told you I don't give you cigars that I smoke. For once He is speechless. It's a great cigar.
I'm just trying to work out what I'm getting off the front here. It's not super overpowering. It's quite, when I say overpowering, I mean the flavors are quite subtle.
It's very creamy. It's got I'd say caramel tone to it, but it's not caramel, like toffee.
Toffee.
Like more of a toffee flavor to it. It's got spice. It's bold.
Yeah, it's got toffee and a bit of spiciness to it.
But it complements each other. It's like a sweet spice going on.
Well, remember what we say about pairing, right, too? And we've got this beautiful stout, which, are you trying to cheers me?
Yeah.
It's a very awkward cheers there, Bradley.
Don't be awkward. Oh, wow, that's a strong stout.
And I think those two, these are blending really nicely together. So you've got that nice creaminess of the stout is matching beautifully with the creaminess of the cigar. It's a not a peppery spice. It's more of a Asian spices, 5 spices type, softer spice.
Yeah,
more,
like allspice.
Yeah, like allspice. Yeah, it's not super spicy at all. No Cajun peppers, no white peppers.
No, just very smooth and it's got a good element to it. So, when we were sitting here talking about it is hot outside. You do not want to drink bourbon. You're like, oh, I want to drink bourbon. And I'm like, no, we don't. And you're like, yes, I do. And then I'm like, no, we don't. And then I won for once. You had mentioned getting a Stella with this because of the citrus flavors. And then we kind of discussed getting something a little bit darker, something that would complement the cigar a little bit more, because it is quite a bold cigar because it's got very aged tobacco in it.
Yeah, like this is 8 years?
2008.
2008.
So 13 years.
13 years. 2000. I knew there was an 8 in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So 13-year-old tobacco running in this. Now, is that used in the filler or is that?
That's the filler.
That's the filler.
The wrapper is from 2011.
So still very well aged tobacco before you get it here, and incredibly smooth. So so when you're going to have a cigar that you haven't had before, do get on and have a bit of research with it and work out whether the flavors are going to complement.
Yeah, you know what they should do when researching it? Watch the Traveling Brothers Cigar Reviews. So remember to like and subscribe at the bottom of this page here, because we'll tell you what you need to do when you're smoking the cigars.
See, I was just getting annoyed that you'd cut me off, but fair reason. But seriously, have a look online, have a look at the tasting notes that other people have said about a cigar, and work out whether it's going to go with what you're drinking that night. Because as we pointed out before, some cigars just do not pair well with some drinks.
You can ruin your experience, completely ruin your experience. And a cigar like this, if we end up having, we don't know any of the beers that they really have here. I mean, they have some of the more common, Blue Moon. They had a Peroni, they had a Stella, Heineken, like the more common brands.
Well, they had a beer that they offered us there. It was
Chima.
It was like a Shamoose or something.
Shamoose. That's your daughter's name.
Shaboops. I don't know. It tasted like beer mixed with champagne to me. I didn't like it at all.
It wasn't good. I actually put it down. And I'm like, imagine if we drank that. I had to drink a whole glass of water.
If we drank that with this,
I had to drink a whole glass of water to clean my palate from it. I was nervous. This is a good cigar. You don't waste this.
It would have ruined this cigar. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm glad you went with what you did. So this Samuel Smith's Imperial Stout, we've never had that before either. It was a bit of a stretch, but good choice.
Yeah, we had to go dark. We had to go chocolatey. We had to go something to stand up to the cigar.
All right. Well, we are gonna have a little break here, and we'll come back when we're halfway through this, and we'll tell you what we think. You're back.
Oh, we're back?
We're back.
We're back?
We're back.
We technically didn't go anywhere.
We technically didn't. But
you're back, though. I had to cut you back in because this is a rare moment for me.
It's a very rare moment.
I got a big Ash Award.
He's got a big Ash Award, finally.
Yes.
And I haven't. Now, mine actually had a bit of a burning problem. I had to go and tidy it up, and I've been letting it rest.
User error.
been letting it rest a little bit to get that burn back in. You can see how long the dome on this is. I had to really touch up that wrapper quite a bit to get it getting right. So now I've let it rest a little bit. I'm back down to
and you're doing good. So I wanted to share with everyone why we're here. What are we doing in Vegas? Are we traveling? That's where we are, traveling bros.
Traveling bros.
On the road?
We're traveling.
Yeah.
We're traveling.
This is what we do.
That's what we do. We travel.
That's what we do. No, actually, we're here for a purpose.
So we're here for PCA 2021.
PCA 2021, and that's the Premium Cigar Association.
Yeah, 2021, and all the it's where all the manufacturers get together and they share information and meet their retailers. So they get out. We're going to go out and meet a lot of the manufacturers and have a chat to them. Hopefully, get some interviews for you that you'll see over the next coming weeks.
And we got some stuff in the works too, right? That we're working on that's going to help. This meeting's going to help make this very productive. But we learned the first night we were here? What did we learn? After we rolled out 11 hours from our homes in Maryland to Las Vegas, Nevada, who did we meet that night? A bunch of Marylanders.
Oh!
I cannot tell you. Even the guy who checked us in from Maryland.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for that ash to go.
No, leave it alone. Stop looking at it.
You're gonna get the big boob alert here in a minute. You're gonna get the boob. It's gonna land in your beard, and that's it.
No, there are plenty of boobs here in Vegas, but this is not one.
I don't think you've ever had an ash that long.
No, I haven't. It's incredible.
No, look, we're only halfway through this cigar. I'm going to divert a little bit. This Habana wrapper is just beautiful. The smoothness of this cigar. I know it's old tobaccos, but it's rolled perfectly. Then it's aged with Plasencia, right? It's aged with Plasencia family, and it's just a great cigar. You should get hold of one of these. A good mid-afternoon cigar.
You know what I've noticed? We've smoked a lot of cigars, and it's very rare that you're speechless.
Yeah. Well, it's not real complex.
No, it's very simple.
It's not as complex as a lot of cigars that we like to smoke.
But I would assimilate it to, like, if you go to a fine dining restaurant and they do something really well.
Yeah.
And they keep it very simple, like a nice piece of fish that's cooked perfectly.
When you go to get a steak and it's just cooked perfectly. You can cook that steak at home, but you're just not gonna do it quite the way that they've done it at that restaurant.
Not at all. And it's a great product, a great tobacco, and it's just going down perfectly. And this beer is complementing it perfectly. So
getting back to what Brad was talking about is we've traveled all the way across America from Maryland to Nevada.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, Las Vegas, Nevada. And all the people that we met, all the people we've met are like, oh, you're from Maryland.
I'm from Virginia.
I'm from Maryland. I'm from DC. Yeah, just incredible. So you can. What was that we said this morning? It's on our website.
Those who travel gain more than they seek.
And I think that's true. So, you get out, you travel. We came here thinking that we're just going to go to an event. We've met people where we live locally that not only are in the same industry here, but that
are neighbors.
People.
They're our
neighbors. They're like, yeah, come on round.
That we'd have never heard of or never met. It's funny how those things happen. And it's not by chance. It's destined to happen. But we also met, shout out to Rocky last night.
From Portland, right?
He's from Portland, but originally Canadian.
Originally Canadian, lives in Portland.
British Vancouver, I think. But we were just going to the lounge in the hotel where we're staying at in the Venetian, and they were packed. There were so many people there last night.
So many people.
But there were 3 open seats, and you know me, I have no shame. I walked up and like, you want some company? And we sat with this gentleman all night and smoked cigars and drank and heard about his family and his kids and his wife's family and kids. And
yeah, that was a great night.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And again, that's what it's all about.
That meant
right?
I didn't have to talk to Brad all night.
I thought you liked talking. This is news to me. Anyway, we got a chance to meet him and experience a little bit of his life.
I'm watching the Italian hands here go around.
No, they're Jewish hands. Yes,
oh, did they do that? Did they do that?
Yeah.
You're gonna just get ready to catch.
Oh!
It was only a matter of time. But great ash, great construction.
That was a big boob.
Did it land on your leg?
It did.
Did it burn?
It definitely did.
Did you lose some hairs?
I don't have a lot of hair on my legs. But we have a short review here because there are a lot of people in here and they're getting busy where we're at. We just wanted to reach out to you guys and give a shout out that there's going to be a lot of videos posted up this weekend on our social media, not just on YouTube. So check us out at Traveling Brothers Cigars on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook because we want to post some short videos, clips of some of the booths and vendors. We're going to try to talk to as many people as we can and just get to know some of those folks that are out there making cigars, bringing that tobacco to you guys that we want you guys to try at a great price point as well.
And get your hands on one of these beautiful afternoon summer cigar.
Yeah, this is not laboring at all. I was mentioning last night.
So easy to smoke.
So one of my favorite cigars, my treat that I absolutely.
Oh, that's important. This is important. Pay attention.
So one of the cigars that I absolutely love to smoke is a Late Hour by Davidoff. It's one of the treats that I really enjoy smoking. But you have to be very careful when you smoke that cigar because it is going to be one of the heavier cigars that you smoke. It's rich. Think of like dark chocolate German cake. It's great. Very rich, but it's got to be at the right moment. And last night, we had smoked a couple cigars already throughout the day. We were traveling, so 3 o'clock in the morning, we're pumping our beautiful Ashton cigar.
Yeah.
The Quintessence from, I can't remember the name.
San Cristobal.
San Cristobal, right? And we worked our way through the day really well, and then we ended the night. For us, it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and it was just too heavy. It was sitting real heavy on me. It wasn't the right moment, and I went up to the room later, and I was just felt it.
Yeah. Yeah, you did say that now. Actually, that's not the story I thought you were going to tell.
What was I going to say?
So we also went out, we're in Vegas, and right now it's 115 degrees outside.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy here says, no, we've been in air conditioning all day. I want to get outside and have a cigar.
The ginger said, no. Hey, yeah, the witch wanted some sunlight too.
The witch wanted some sunlight too. So we went out and we went to... what lounge is it across the road?
The Davidoff Lounge.
The Davidoff Lounge. We went to the Davidoff Lounge, and the Davidoff Lounge is this very small lounge, really. It's in a circular configuration, and sit outside, and they've got all these lounges, and we thought, we'll sit out there. We were cooking. Now, you had one of your favourite cigars, absolute favourite cigars, had the Elmer Wednesday Foundation. Yeah. And what did you say? It's just too hot to enjoy this cigar.
Yeah, it was.
I'm losing the flavor.
It just what I couldn't enjoy it. It's like sitting out there drinking bourbon in the heat. It just
you
doesn't
also
work.
did.
I did. You set me up though, but either way. So we had just had lunch, and I can't always, those who know, I'm a bariatric patient as well. So I had weight loss surgery.
Yeah. And
when we eat bread, we had some bread for lunch.
Yeah.
It's hard to add more beer to anybody. And even for me, even worse. So my lovely brother here thought of me and got me a wonderful Basil Hayden's in 115 degrees outside. I could not leave it there.
Of course not.
So I drank that, and oh my goodness, I was sweating like you wouldn't believe. You have no idea. This cookie was...
I'm going to throw it out there that this one, with the Habano wrapper and the smoothness of it, would have gone perfectly in that heat yesterday.
Absolutely.
So the El Guante we like. It's got a varying different flavors and so forth. But I think on a hot day, something like this, which I would say is, even though it's a Nicaraguan Puro, it's got more of that Dominican sort of stability in it. It's not as complex. And so on a really hot day, something like this would be perfect. All right, so we're going to leave you here. You're going to see some more stuff on Instagram and Facebook. Check it out. We'll do some more videos while we're here this week. Next couple of weeks, we'll pump out little bits and pieces, and we'll tell you all about what we found and what we learned.
And the beautiful part is you get an inside look at the cigars coming to you from the manufacturers you love here in the next year.
Yeah. Well, that's all from me.
And that's all for me.
We'll catch you later.